I'm Jamie. I'm here to give you insights about the transition from Year 6 to Year 7 and what does this mean for you as a student? What does this mean for you as a parent? What can you do to help your child? First, let's go over the different types of high schools. You have public, private, Catholic, and selective schools. Why is it important to choose the right high school? Well, students spend 6 hours a day, 5 days a week at school. It's important that you choose and consider who the students surround themselves with and the environment that they will be studying in. It will impact them socially and academically. For example, what if you want to study English language, but your school doesn't offer it? Do you need to move schools? Choosing a high school now is a long-term decision. So you may be wondering, what are selective schools? Selective schools are schools that require students to sit an exam to gain entry. Now, there are many opportunities that a selective school can offer, such as the competitive environment that the student will be in. This environment will push your child to their best potential. They will be surrounded by like-minded students who will study together and socialize. Here at SAC Tutoring, we offer you a selective entry preparation course that will get students ready for the exam. Every week, we cover practice exams in the same format, and we break down every question step by step so the students understand. In order to equip your child with the best skills to do well in selective entry, we have English, Maths and Science classes. Now, in our maths classes, we teach them the formulas, like a lot of places do. We give them questions like solve X for that simple equation, but we go way beyond that. So there will be the theory that needs to be applied to a worded question. And the reason why we do that is because from Year 10, Year 11, Year 12, the sort of questions that they will get on the exam is going to be worded application task questions. What does that mean? That means in order to get the answer in A, you do apply that formula. That's great. But in order to work out your answers for B, C, D, you need the answer from A to get the following answers. If your answer for A was wrong, you can't get B, you can't get C. So we have a lot of these practice questions for the SAC. That's why we're called SAC Tutoring. So you're probably wondering, what about English classes? So Year 6s, they have a pretty good sound understanding of knowing how to write introductions, body paragraphs, and conclusions. That's great. But starting from high school, they need to start knowing how to write text responses, creative and analytical. Then they need to learn how to compare between from one text to another. And then they need to know their persuasive writing as well, which they would be quite familiar with back from that plan in Year 3 and Year 5, but it takes a whole new level now. Then they also need to identify different persuasive techniques in persuasive pieces. So Year 7 English is going to be very, very different to primary school. Now we know that English is going to be a compulsory subject in VCE. This is the reason why English is actually much more important than other subjects, and I can't stress this enough. So here, we ensure that they will get all the writing skills essential for their VCE English. Now let me tell you about our science program here. It's very different, but tailored to helping them in VCE sciences. Our science program prepares the students for selective entry science schools, for example, John Monash Science School and Elizabeth Blackburn School of Science. Not only do we teach the science contents, we will also prepare them in writing scientific essays, how to write those science reports based on information that's been given to you, and science reasoning questions. So be rest assured that your child will be well prepared for science selective schools. Now I know it seems a bit intimidating to be enrolling your child into so many classes. Maybe even just enrolling them into 2 seems a bit much. But this is actually a domino effect. It saves time rather than spending more time. By studying ahead, you're allowing more time for them to study later on. Taking up those VCE science subjects earlier allows them to have more time later on to focus on VCE maths and VCE English subjects. Ultimately, the goal in all of this is to ensure that our students are prepared for VCE. And the preparation does not start in year 10, not in year 11, not in year 12. The preparation starts now. So head on over to our website, www.sactutoring.com. There you will find more information how to get started on this transition journey.